Welcome to Sunday here at the Steve and Mac Show with who? Jay, yo. Jules is not here today, but we do have a special guest in house, Sabrina. How do you say your last name again?
Consiglio.
Consiglio. Come over here a little bit just so I can. Yeah, there you go.
I'm dead.
Yeah, she's from Kind Care. So we're going to do a little segment. This is going to be a little different today because we're doing a little segment. So we have to behave ourselves for the first 15 minutes, and then we're going to unleash Jen on the world.
You know, it's so funny that I've made it 52 years now, Steve, and I can police myself, believe it or not. I do have real jobs where I cannot be swearing and acting like a crazy person.
You do?
Where? You do it in school?
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
Well, hold on. In specific incidents, I have cussed, and to my coworker, but never out in these streets acting crazy. No,
Whatever.
seriously. That
All right,
hurts.
Sabrina. So exactly, tell us your background, where you're from, and what you do.
All right, my name is Sabrina Consiglio. I grew up in Los Angeles, California,
Excuse me.
and I have lived all over the country working in senior living. After completing my master's in public health at Yale University,
Oh,
where
pardon
I
me.
studied.
Wow.
me. Let
Excuse
move
me.
over here.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
I'm not.
Oh my
That's
God.
gracious, in your
Pardon me.
presence.
Moi.
Well, no one at my job actually knows where I went to school, so this should be kind of funny.
Yeah, they do now.
They will now.
They will now. It's crazy. All right, so exactly what do you do at Kind Care, and what is Kind Care?
I am the executive director at Kind Care, which means I run the place.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's the CEO.
That's what happens
The
when you go to
CEO.
Yale.
Mm.
We didn't expect her to be front. We needed her to be front line, right? Or
Yeah.
running it.
Wow.
So, as the executive director, I am ultimately responsible for all of the care and the operations of our community. And Kind Care is a little different. Unlike most of the senior living available, it's not for the extremely high end and it's not for the extremely low end. It's really targeting that middle market and the folks who maybe don't have a pension or don't have family money and want to be able to leave something for their families, everything that they've worked so hard for. We're in that middle market. And we are really one of the first of this model.
Absolutely.
And it's really important.
You guys are in the middle market because that place seems pretty nice.
Well, so help me to understand, because my father actually died in assisted living. He was in that first round of COVID. He died. It was so inappropriate. They didn't tell us that he died. We couldn't get a hold of him for literally Easter, right? For almost 2 weeks. And my mom happened to be watching the news, and there was it listed deaths in assisted living, and he was at the Lutheran home in Southbury, and they were in the top 5 to have people die. And so my mother's like, you need to go there.
There's actually a list.
During COVID, listen, there literally
Oh, okay,
was
during COVID.
during
okay.
COVID,
Okay.
the initial stages, because people, you couldn't go in, people couldn't even go out. So I think that a lot of the workers that worked in his facility were from the city, right? So they're traveling back and forth. A lot of Jamaicans. His 2 nurses were both Jamaican, and they couldn't leave, right? And so we couldn't get a hold of him. And how I found out he died was by the funeral home actually called me, because I was next of kin to.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, and I saved the voicemail, right? Because I always said I'm going to call a lawyer, and my attorney was like, "Listen, Jen, that's absolutely unheard of, right?" But I only say this because he had a stroke, and then for us to get him in there, they took everything. We couldn't, and because I think there's a 5-year window, right? Like if you're ill or something, and I'm not really sure how it's supposed to work, but they literally froze everything. We couldn't, once he applied for Medicare, or Medicaid rather, nothing. We couldn't touch anything. They took his Social Security every month. They took everything, and he was self-pay at first, and it was $9,700 a month.
Wow, you're cheaper, aren't you?
And if you were to see our assisted living, it is incredible. It is beautiful with
beautiful.
restaurant style dining.
A
We
bar.
have a rehab on site.
I'm
We
here
have
for
a
that.
bistro, a
That's
bar,
down here, right?
Yeah.
The one down
They
here?
got a bar and everything
multiple
in there.
terraces.
Really?
And our assisted living are pre-grand opening pricing, which will increase a little bit. But right now we're at $48.50 to start in assisted
I
living.
know. I
That's
should move in
insane.
there.
Listen,
I wish I could. I really do.
Don't.
that's
you're not that far
awesome.
off.
And so someone can live in our community for 30, 40% longer than some of our competitors. And you
Yeah.
think about what that does for a family.
Right.
Now, do you guys have a convalescent side or you only assisted living? So my dad started off on the assisted living side and he stayed there for about 3 years. But then he had multiple medical crises after that, and then they moved him to the assisted side. I mean to the convalescent side.
So we have an assisted living and a secure memory care.
Okay.
We don't have a skilled nursing,
Okay.
but we do have assisted living and secure memory care.
Okay.
What's that secured memory care? Is that for like Alzheimer's patients and stuff?
So Alzheimer's, dementia, if you had like a vascular dementia after a stroke, someone who
What's
needs
that? I'm dumb when it comes to this stuff. What's a vascular dementia?
well, there's no dumb questions, only the ones that you don't ask. So I'm
Right.
glad that you asked. And vascular dementia is just a form of dementia.
Okay.
And for those of us who work in the industry, the type of dementia can impact the way that we really approach their care. Every moves into our community, we get to know everything we possibly can about them, from their families, from them. And so someone who has like a vascular dementia a lot of times won't know that they have dementia. And so someone who has a different kind might be aware, and how we approach them and how we navigate their care and how we are able to be strategic with our approach and train our team to approach them is impacted by that type.
All right. So the vascular, and you said they don't know, the patients themselves don't know. Or is it just, does it act the same as other dementia? Like, is it, I don't know how to explain it.
Well, I think and correct me if I'm wrong, only because my dad, he had aphasia. So I know that we got to know about the different, and it started to lead into vascular dementia. But I think it's a slower process, right? And you almost, and is it a different type of recall almost?
It's different, and every single person is different. So I can tell you that in generalities, but every individual has their own individual disease. And so big picture, you want to talk about Alzheimer's and dementia, neurodegeneration that starts in the brainstem. With vascular dementia, it can last for a very long time.
Oh, I didn't
You know,
that.
I was speaking to someone and their loved one has been dealing with this really at the same stage of memory loss for 12 years.
Wow.
And you might not see that with an Alzheimer's. That may progress a lot faster.
Yeah, that my mother-in-law had that, and it's very, very sad. She got to the point. Is this a common thing? Because when she had dementia, she started playing with like baby dolls and stuff. Is that a common thing?
Well, you think about what someone did throughout their life.
Yeah.
And so I'm extremely proud of our memory care programming. It's called Flourish. And what we do with Flourish is we do everything in our power to create an environment where people can thrive and still have hope and purpose.
Okay.
So if someone was a mom and they raised babies and grandbabies and they made dinner every night, that's going to be what their brain thinks they should do.
Okay, I see. Just like music too. Music
Mhm.
has a big effect on people with dementia.
Yeah, my mom did that 'cause she had dementia, and she was
Listening to rap.
no with
Oh.
the baby.
Oh,
Not listening to rap. She thought she was a rapper?
No,
are you mad?
no.
Okay, good.
Hey, in 30 years, that's what we're going to be listening to in senior living community.
I think of the same thing. I could
100%.
see us twerking.
Listen,
Yeah,
as
the
long as we don't
days
look
of,
like Khaled underwater. Okay? As long as that's not what we're looking at, then I'm good.
Yeah, the days of Frank Sinatra and Benny Howard.
Those are gone.
Well, that's actually one of my biggest pet peeves is
What?
when you walk into a senior living community or a nursing home and they're singing like "Don't go sitting under the apple tree."
No.
None of the seniors in our community were not none, but very, 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 very few from their teenage years.
Yeah,
from
not
their
yeah,
early
not when they
20s.
were babies or anything like
Or-
that. You
They
had
weren't
to-
even born.
Mhm, or
Yeah.
what their parents listened to. Do you want to listen to what your parents were listening
No.
to?
Well, it depends. I like
Well,
some.
maybe Crosby,
Yeah.
Stills, and Nash.
Well, she
maybe.
listens to Stevie Nicks and stuff. So
I do.
you don't even seem like the type either.
Yeah, her.
The other day I was listening to
range
Simon and
is-
Garfunkel, and my kids are like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh my god, savages!"
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
Pop used to listen to this all the time. And they're just looking at me like, "Are you kidding me?"
Jen's music range goes from like if
Post
you-
Malone.
like yeah, from like you said, Crosby, Stills and Nash,
Oh.
to Little Dirk.
Yeah. Well, you know what's
I think that's true for most people.
What do you listen to?
I listen to everything, literally everything from Tchaikovsky and classical to ludicrous and
Sorry, we have a defined person here.
See, being from California, I thought you would say like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, stuff like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
She likes everything. You like country too?
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
I like Darius Rucker.
Me too. I always did like him, even when he was Hootie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You see what Snoop did now. Like he could get his clothing at Walmart. Like
I
he's
don't
got this
even-
brand. Like
No,
and everyone's like, oh, he sold out. No, he
Yeah,
didn't sell
him
out.
and his rap snacks. No, thank you.
Whatever.
And cereal. Don't forget the cereal.
Yeah, I'm not.
The Snoopaloops.
All right, so let's get back to Kind Care. So exactly what do you have there at the facility? Because you told us you have a restaurant and stuff like that. What's the room situation and stuff like that? How does that work?
So for our apartments, that is how we're able to really cater to the middle market. We have what are called friendship suites, and you have your own private room, and you share a living area and you share a bathroom. And so for me, I know that like I live with my husband, and
I hope so.
Right?
Listen, there's so many different types of relationships now. Don't even think about it, right? It shouldn't be. Do you live with your husband, right? Because you might have a sister wife, some other weird
sometimes.
situation happening, right?
Thankfully, no. Thankfully, no.
Right.
But like I live with my husband, and when he's out of town and I'm by myself in the house, I never sleep as well. I'm never as comfortable.
Okay.
And every community that I've run, and at one point in time I was a regional overseeing 12 buildings, there's at least a couple of ladies who end up sharing a room because they don't want to be alone and they can't sleep alone.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that makes sense.
And so this is a really beautiful way to one, become a middle market product, to give you privacy in your own space in your private apartment, but to still have the comfort of being near someone else.
Okay.
And so it's a really incredible
With those
model.
doubles, is there do they have to be the same sex, or it doesn't
Do
matter?
you mean companion suites? Because we don't have any double rooms.
Oh, that's what companion suite. Isn't that the same thing? No.
It's not.
Oh.
Because in most communities, when you talk about doubles or you talk
You're
about
like-
shared apartments,
Like two people in the same bedroom.
Mhm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And so we
Companion
have
suites.
so every person has a private room.
Right.
We
Say
do
it.
have some privates like studio apartments.
Yeah.
But those are all booked already.
All right. So the double or
Companion,
companion
suite. That's what you're
suites,
looking for. Steve.
is there a guy and a girl they can do that, or does it have to be two guys, two girls, or
So married couples,
married couples? Okay.
you know, when folks move in as significant others, they can move in together. Otherwise, you would be a woman with a woman and a man with a man.
And you'd probably have to worry about like those communities in Florida that have huge
Well, they say sex
increases
is
in
going on. Yeah.
Well, they have the highest rate of any sexual infections.
Are we
they're
allowed
called,
to be
right?
talking about this right now?
Well,
The Villages in Florida has the highest rate of venereal disease in the country.
that's right.
Even
Literally,
higher
because they
than
just out there
UCSD.
doing it.
How are they getting venereal diseases?
Because they're
When
literally
a mommy and a daddy love each other.
No.
They're
Oh my
I love
God.
That. I love that for you.
But
They're literally out in
still.
these streets, Steve. They're out in these streets, going from golf cart to house, and they're just and listen, and it's in their own mind, they're thinking they're safe, right? Like
They're not worried about
That's
getting
what I would-
pregnant.
they're not.
Well, I was thinking
So
that
they're just
and
raw
disease.
diggity dog out there.
Okay, we'll have to edit that one out.
Oh, right.
That's two demerits.
Sorry.
Hold on a second.
Is that my first merit?
That's the second one.
Yeah, but it's and listen, there's exposés on it all the time of what happens. Like it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so you guys have a movie theater and everything in there.
We do. We have a movie theater with a popcorn machine. We have a courtyard. We have a terrace. And, you know, in a lot of places, there's a memory care and it's in the basement or it's tucked in the back of the building.
Right. Yeah.
And I am so proud that our memory care is on the 3rd floor and they have a beautiful glassed in terrace.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
And, you know, in a lot of places,
And
memory
it's
care
harder
is
for
like,
them to get out too.
Yeah.
you know, we engage them so they don't even want to get out.
Oh.
But if someone were to be exit
Well, with someone
seeking,
with Alzheimer's, you can't let them out.
no,
Yeah.
so it's a secure
How you
place.
talk, Steve.
But
You can't
Well,
let
if
them
somebody-
out.
She said there's
someone
no dumb
were-
questions.
no, if someone were to be exit seeking,
Don't you
we
like
have
the-
precautions
I like
all
the
about
way she
place.
talks.
Literally, it's
Exit
all about the
seeking.
language, though. It's literally
Yes.
all about the language.
I like that exit seeking.
You're
It
not
is-
about
Rather
trying to
than-
bust out,
Yeah.
right?
no, but
One-
it really is about the language. You know,
Right.
if someone calls it the cafeteria instead of the dining room,
Right.
and we have restaurant style dining where if you're not having breakfast between 7 and 8. Any time in the day you walk down and our chef will prepare you something.
And it's
made
nice
to
too.
order.
I just did video over there. And
Oh, I saw. Did you were? I think I saw you standing.
Oh, yeah,
at
I
the
was
thing.
just yeah.
You were everywhere this week.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was.
You were everywhere.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
But we have all sorts of amenities. We have rehab on site. We have a gorgeous hair and nail salon. We have even UV filtration for our air so
Oh,
that
yeah,
the air is clean.
They have these things, yeah, with blue lights, is it
Mhm.
blue or purple lights. I'm like, what is that? She goes, that's the air filtration system. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
They went all out.
killing
Yeah.
bacteria, all
Yeah, I
that
didn't
good
even
stuff.
know that.
That's
Needed
awesome.
one in your bathroom.
But as we talk about the language and we talk about what's important,
Uh-huh.
in a lot of places, memory care is like a redheaded stepchild. And what I always tell my team
Not the redheaded stepchild.
is that memory care is our cherished firstborn.
Yeah.
And we love our memory care residents. We love our memory care team. And as we start, we have all of our new team members that we've hired starting tomorrow. And we're spending 2 full days, all day, for the entire team doing hands-on Flourish fundamental training with our VP of memory care, Amber Dolly, who brought me to charter the management company because of her vision. The way that she approaches memory care with hope and purpose, and everything from how we set the table and engaging our residents with setting the table and clearing up and engaging every single part of the day. And we start with that. And that's what we build from.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool. No kidding.
that's awesome.
No,
Especially
it's-
if you ever had a parent or someone that you knew that was in one of these facilities.
Mhm.
so what? How old do you have to be there to get
What
in
about
there?
your age, Steve?
I'm hoping. I want to be waited on hand and foot and not
We
have to worry.
cater to 60 and above.
Someone just said.
Yeah, I got
exit-
another year.
Someone just
No, I'm just kidding.
look at Jeff said exit seeking, also used in relationships.
Yeah, I could see it. I'm going to use that.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to leave you. I'm not dumping you. I'm
Just
really just exit seeking.
That's all.
I'm here for that.
If someone's not properly engaged, they
right.
will be more likely to be exit seeking
right, yes.
in relationships and memory care.
I need you to seek your exit quickly, sir. Quickly. Seek
How
it.
many kind cares are there? Is this the only one, or is it like 20? What?
Well, so this is the
Or is
first
it
kind
like
care.
okay? It's the first one. Is it under an umbrella company, or is it?
Well, so Kind Care is hoping to build more. They've
Okay.
already identified their next location in Naugatuck,
Oh,
but this is the very first Kind Care. But there's a happy marriage between Kind Care, who owns the community,
okay.
and Charter Senior Living, which is the management company that they've partnered with.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so I've been working for Charter for coming up on a year, and Charter oversees somewhere between 40 and 50 communities
Man,
and
she's a
opens
big
them.
dog over here.
Listen, that's
Big
a lot.
dog.
And I used to be an operations specialist. So I was who they would send in for, new acquisitions or buildings that needed a little extra love. And I'm thrilled to be opening Kind Care and to be able to be in this one place because I really am so excited about this model.
When she says they needed extra love, that means some staff was not doing what they were supposed to be doing, and she needed to go in there and set them straight, right? Oh,
Right?
you need some more love. No, you need to be fired, and we will be replaced.
Has anyone been fired yet?
Of course.
At
Well, not
Kind
at this
Care?
new place.
Well,
It's
why not?
brand
I'm
new.
sure
We
people
get to hire
fired
for
all,
culture.
People get fired all the time before the business opens up.
But what's really special about this is we get to really be selective with our team.
Okay.
And so we are
Ahead of time.
actively hiring for culture.
Okay. Because some people they get hired for a job and then the management
They
or
seek
whatever.
an exit.
Yeah, they see. Yeah,
They are
exit.
directed to an exit.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
No, I was just asking. It was an honest question
No,
because
yeah.
it does happen.
No.
You
Is
know
there
what I
like
mean?
a parking garage in the back, or
There is not a parking garage,
But there is
there
plenty of
is-
parking.
There is parking, and we do have a little portico share, so you're able to park there
okay?
and
That's
come
what,
in.
I think that was a concern for people, like parking in that intersection. And, stuff.
What?
Max doesn't know what he's talking about.
Most of our residents aren't coming to
Yeah,
us.
nobody's
with
driving.
cars. that is not true. I
Well,
do
I'm sure
have
there are a few. I'm sure there are.
There.
But on the average, I would think that there
The
are not a lot of
vast
drivers.
majority take advantage of our transportation services.
Uh-huh.
And we're very fortunate to have a brand new Ford Starcraft with 2 wheelchair spots in the back.
Sweet.
So,
Balling.
Yeah.
not 1 but 2 is a big deal in our industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
a beautiful building though. I've been in there.
Where
it's
is
pretty
it?
nice. Right here. It's right on
It's
the corner.
down the street. You can
Oh,
walk there
okay.
from
Yeah,
here.
you can walk there. Maybe you should.
Why should I walk there?
Don't make one of those exits. Just stay there.
I think you'd probably get there before me, sir.
Well, he's already been.
Yeah.
well, true. No, I mean like seeking a stay.
He goes for a walk, right? So he walks down. He stops at the Bristol Bazaar first, and then
I
he
see
walks-
you're there a lot. Steve. Is that your new hangout?
No,
Do they have beer there?
no. All right.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
let's just.
We do have a bar at Kind
Yes.
Care.
They do.
Okay.
Are outsiders allowed to come in? Let's say you're.
I'll
no,
invite
no.
you for happy hour.
Shut up.
Stop.
Now listen.
I would like. That's
I'm,
very.
I'm not a big
fabulous.
drinker, but let's just say you have someone
Oh.
that lives there.
He's on his way. See.
Let's say my grandmother lived there.
Mhm.
Can I come in for a drink with her?
Sure.
That's
You're
how.
welcome to come visit your grandmother.
Well, I mean, and have a drink with them. Okay.
Why not?
I don't know what
No, I'm just saying.
security is.
Well, we
You
also
can ask if they're happy hour.
like,
Well, there's
you're-
a lot of sex going on. You know, you might find some cougars.
Yikes.
you can't do that.
No,
No. Oh.
But
I'll cut that one.
your
out.
grandmother's doctor would have to say it's okay
don't
for
cut
her to
that
have a drink.
Sorry, I need a
Otherwise,
permission.
she'd be having something
permission
non-alcoholic.
slip.
Yes. Oh God, this is taking a turn, and it isn't even me.
Give him a
And
demerit.
in
now.
memory care, we call this redirecting.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah,
I need to be
Just don't say
redirected.
circle back.
Oh,
Yeah, don't. That's yeah.
Jen
I'll
hates
circle
that.
back to that.
Yeah, I hate that.
that's the worst.
She hates. That's the word she hates the most.
Well, no, it's just because when people say it, it's them just being gaslighting you.
All right, that
So-
was Sabrina from Kind Care. So thank you for coming to the show, and yeah, you're sticking around, but now we just have to
So
get
I
back
got
to
one,
our regular
one question.
format.
One more question. So, like the dementia care that they have there, are they full? Like, do they
Memory
have a,
care, sir.
memory,
Memory
sorry.
care.
Memory care. Is it fully staffed? I mean, do you have enough people? That's
You're
the thing.
just not listening. Did you
Yes,
She
I know.
doesn't listen.
She said she has a whole team.
Maybe you need to
Okay.
go
And
there.
there is a
No.
director.
Okay.
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 Good
All right.
God.
I'm just saying because what I'm
Don't
referring
cut
to-
her off either. She's about to talk.
Okay.
Did you have additional questions?
No.
Any
No, go
other-
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. And
So we have had the opportunity to hire nurses, CNAs, housekeepers, cooks, and our leadership team has been in place. So our memory care director is really the programming champion for our memory care, and our health and wellness director is responsible for the clinical piece. And in Connecticut, that position is called the SALSA, the
The salsa.
see.
the supervisor for assisted living services.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
So-
okay, that's
Wow.
spicy. That's a spicy.
We have been fortunate to hire nurses, caregivers ahead of time, and then we have a structured staffing increase as we move people in. So we're not moving everyone in all at once. We move them in, a handful at a time every week, and then we staff up accordingly.
Oh, how much? What's how much space do you have left? I mean, is everyone booked up all the rooms, or
We're
pretty
about
much
30%
percentage-wise?
full,
30%.
although in our memory care,
Well, you guys just opened up, so
Mhm.
Did you have a lot of applications before you opened up?
we did.
Because was it you? There was that guy that was walking around. You were walking around with that guy.
Not the guy walking around.
No, this guy. I'm not. I could say this now. We're done with her segments.
Why? What happened?
he was just like saying some shit like, I don't know. Can you do this? The last one that she wasn't went in. I
well,
mean,
listen.
No.
no,
It happens.
which I understand, but I could not do her job because I'd be like, dude,
Oh, you're
shut the
gonna
fuck.
get
That's common sense.
You're gonna get that a lot.
No, you want to know something? That man made my day in
He
all
did?
seriousness
Wow.
because he is in a situation where his mom is not getting the care that she needs.
Okay, so I
And
can
he's-
understand why he was being like that.
He is struggling with the guilt and the fear and all the
Yeah.
things that he wished he knew ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
And somebody comes in like that, that's when they really need me.
Right.
And we're walking with people in
So is your husband
the
like that? Is that how he was?
hardest part of their world.
All right.
They're making what's possibly the most difficult
Yeah.
decision.
Right.
And we're walking that with them. And
Right.
that is a privilege.
Right.
And so for him, when he left, he was happy.
That's
and he
good.
was
Yeah, I
shaking
did
my
notice. I
hand
did
and-
notice that, and I was listening to your conversations a little bit. I was
And so, like,
eavesdropping.
Like for me, that was a great day. I
Yeah.
called my boss, like, let me tell you what happened today. This was awesome.
Yeah. And
I-
you know what, you get pigeonholed, like your options are so limited. Like, so my dad had his stroke in Vermont, right? So he had basically gotten well enough for him to leave the hospital, but we had nowhere for him to go. And
Why couldn't you take him in your house?
because I would have, but so there was a family situation, as you know, they always arise, right? And I wasn't given power of attorney. I should have, but I wasn't.
Okay.
So the person, my sibling was given the power of attorney, and she like, right, didn't ask questions, because I would have literally moved my house. I would have moved. I would have bought a house. Or the bedroom that I did have, I would have changed the entrance, and I would have made it so that he lived there with us, and we would have had care, because he had enough money in Social Security every month to pay for whatever he needed.
Yeah.
But
in home care.
and home care, like he could have, the problem, he exhausted all of his, it's like 90 days or something, that he exhausted all of his physical therapy, all of his speech therapy. Like, they just left him because they figured, listen, the aphasia was not getting better. And the problem with aphasia is he just was almost mute. Like, he would, like, I said to him, I was like, Dad,
Why can't
do you
you-
want some Dunkin' Donuts? And he was like, answers to it? You'd be like Burger King, like, and it's whatever comes out. You know what I mean?
Really?
And so
Like
it
you.
was awful. Well, probably, but he had a no filter.
So the
I have a semi.
I can't wait till I get to that age.
so the facility where my mom was, I actually saw like families go in there and take over because they were so short staffed. Like the families would go in and go get the sheets or go get something else because
Really?
they didn't. Oh,
They're
yeah.
allowed to do that?
No, but they were
No.
like, hey,
My mother
Yep.
went every day.
Yep, they would go there, and because they were like not short staffed, it's like, so just say like when they're short staffed.
And the
And then-
tempers were always flaring. Like,
Yes,
no one was
yes,
like,
yes,
and
yes,
I would be in there.
yes.
What the fuck is the problem, people? Like,
Yes.
it's just.
And then you got
yeah,
and then you
it's-
got two people fighting, like actually patients fighting, and then they
I'd
the
love to see
ambulance is
that.
called, and then they're sent away, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
And initially, when he was on the assisted living side, I loved that for him. Like, then we were able to pick him up. He was able to go out and oh yeah,
They have to put locks on the closet so people don't, stuff like that. Crazy.
sucks.
Wow.
But I'm glad that, because you have a very calming presence.
You have to check it out. It's actually a nice
Yes.
facility.
I would love for you to come see it.
I
It really
absolutely,
is
I
beautiful.
would love to, but I think, and because you have like a calm presence, right? And so I think that that's what people need, and oftentimes people are they're mismatched with their roles. I think that happens a lot. Like, you hire someone quickly, but you realize they should be moved over to perhaps a side that doesn't interact with the community, right? But I think that they get so short-sighted, and they just are always, it's like patching up holes, right? And there's a dam because they're always full, they're always booked, and it's people's families, so everyone's always just never satisfied, I think,
And we're people taking care of people, right?
Mhm.
And so things are going to go wrong. And it's how do you handle it when things go wrong, and
Yeah.
who is responsible,
Yeah, that's true.
and who's going to do everything that they can to make it better, and will they actually do everything they can to make it better? And is there a backup strength? Is there somebody else that you can call? And I can tell you that our vice president of clinical services, like, she will give residents a shower when she's on site to help out the staff.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I don't know
definitely
of
wanna move
any
in now.
other company.
Oh God.
She is very pretty.
Oh, she
Oh,
is?
even worse.
I'm
need-
married.
Sorry, Janet.
I'm married.
That's a lot. That's just a
I
lot.
can see some of those dudes in there.
No,
This
thank
is
you.
like your fourth shower today, dude.
No, thank you. I don't even want to. No,
I
thank
need a
you.
sponge bath
No.
now.
Oh, thank you.
It's so creepy.
That is creepy, and that is totally a role I would never.
She's
Yeah,
Let's
I can
hope
do,
we're not all
What the
there.
hell, man?
I could
She's
do a lot of things, but
leaning
that is-
away from
right,
me
right.
now.
Yeah, I could do a lot of things, but not that. Right? There's like I could.
I couldn't do
no.
that either.
Mm. No, thank you.
No.
So Sandra said, "Sign me up, Jenny."
Where is she watching?
She's
That's
been
my
How
on.
old is she?
My,
she's been-
my mother's 76.
Oh, she's right in your wheelhouse. Then.
She's been on since we came on.
Are you
But she's-
serious? Because I can get you in right now.
No, but
I know the
she's-
boss.
But she's, no, she doesn't need to go there. She's chilling.
Well, she wants to. She
And
just
that's
said it.
something for assisted living. A lot of times it's people who don't necessarily need physical care or medication administration.
Yep.
They just don't want to have to clean their house or make dinner. They don't want to have to
Perfect.
go grocery shopping. There's a fair amount of people who are like, I just don't want to have to take care of my house anymore. And I don't want to have to worry about my driveway getting shoveled or pay someone to come out
That's a
and
good
shovel
point.
it.
Damn,
And so they move in.
we're
for
selling this
that.
place like I want to move in there.
I've literally lived in senior living communities.
Yeah.
And when I was in grad school, I had this gorgeous apartment at the community where I was stationed at the time. And I had to go back from this gorgeous apartment that had a balcony and
Oh God.
all sorts of stuff to my like
know.
really, really terrible grad student apartment that was like a shared bathroom,
Oh,
like
not
struggle
the-
of a kitchen across from an abandoned gun factory.
Oh.
Like
Abandoned gun.
Well, you're in New Haven, right? So that's what.
Mhm.
So it's in which New Haven is such an interesting
it's-
place, right? You go and you've got this multi-billion-dollar college industry, and then you got the hood is
It's
literally
literally right
behind you.
Exactly.
and like
But
when
the
I was
best
in
pizza.
school, it was not like, now so much of it is really beautiful and there's a lot of industry and new builds but when I was there, it was not the Winchester Lofts. It was literally a Winchester factory that was
Yeah.
empty and abandoned, and people who called that home were not paying
They
to live
definitely
there.
were not. They were
They're
just
known
squatting.
And New Haven's known for like the capital pizza of the world. So
Well, my last name's Consiglio.
yeah,
There's a
so-
street there.
So what's your favorite?
Oh, you have
well,
your
yeah,
own street?
Wow, you
Or
have
is
your own
just
street?
name that?
Well, Worcester Square or Worcester, Worcester Street.
Yeah.
So it's literally like you see the Consiglios. My rehearsal dinner was at Sally's. My family used to own Sally's.
Whoa,
We have a celebrity in the house.
Sally. Okay,
I feel stupid all of a sudden.
Maybe you should
Sitting
do some
next
more
to her.
research on who
I
you
know,
have
I
as a
gotta-
one
guest.
bite. Everybody
I
knows
gotta-
the rules.
I know. I got to make sure they're not as smart as I am when they come in here.
Oh,
I haven't
wow.
never been to Sally.
Well, that's not that hard
I
anyway.
like Sally's.
Sally's is the best.
I
It
feel
really is.
intimidated right now.
Don't.
I never get intimidated.
I do appreciate that you said that. You did not say that you found me intimidating. So I really respect that.
You like that? The way I
Mhm.
put those
That
words
was well
together?
said.
All about words.
It's all about
Mhm.
words.
We have a
It's all about
spinoff
words.
coming soon.
That's
A
crazy.
spinoff podcast in the works.
All right, Max, what do you got today?
Oh,
Let's
so
hear
we
it.
haven't been here in a while. We have.
Oh,
lots
that's
been-
right. I'm sorry. I was waiting for the text message at 8:30. Are we doing the show today? Look at Steve.
Shut up.
No, because but here's I would like to say, right? Because that was a little bit of gaslighting.
Oh yeah, I want to
that's all.
hear this.
Because if you had something you needed to do,
Oh, he's gonna-
I think the appropriate text would have been like, "Hey guys, I'm busy today. Is it okay if we don't do the show?" Don't you dare blame it on me and Max because we didn't get back to the text.
You guys are assholes. You know what? Every time I text you guys, I expect an answer right away.
This is edited
Motherfucker.
now.
This is
Demerit.
hold on. That is completely unacceptable because you, sir, who never texts back, ever.
Because I have a job. And by the way, move that fat head because that scares the shit out of me. I could see it from the doorway.
It
We went
should.
from 0
And-
to 100.
But,
And
but-
trip.
so-
Now we're back
Wait,
to
I
normal.
need you to trim up that mustache on it too.
But I like to listen.
We're normal
Sticks and
now.
stones, Steve. Sticks and stones. They
Yes.
don't hurt me. I need to understand when we ask you something and you don't respond for fucking hours.
I'm the boss.
You know, that's not real life. What you're saying is not real. And then you, out of some imaginary, I don't know, thought process.
Your heart, your heart,
Are
your
we
heart,
having?
your heart,
Are
your
we
heart,
having the show today? I
heart.
was like, what the fuck is this guy?
your heart.
And then I
Because
said,
you guys are very like.
I will
you're
punch
sca-
you in the face. We're what?
Hey,
You're
guys.
You know
what?
what?
Because-
First of all, you're violent.
because see, because you're making stuff up. And I would have thought, hey, when Julie said she wasn't going to be here, remember she wasn't going to be here
Yeah,
last week. Or
Julie's
this-
my
No, she did,
therapist.
yes.
She's the co-host.
And she-
Oh, does he need therapy?
right?
Go ahead.
And I thought that would have been the
we
time
have
to
on
say,
site at Kind Care.
yeah, listen. I thought that would have been the time to say, hey guys, I'm busy, blah blah blah. We won't do it. But no, 8:30 in the morning, bro. When my phone is on
What
silent.
the hell are you doing at 8:30? You should be up.
Listen,
Steve, I'm
Sundays,
always
Sundays
up.
are sleep-in day. you
No,
know,
Wait
so-
a minute.
No, but-
You text me at 4:00 in the morning,
I'm always up, Steve. But
and then
my-
you're like, "You up?"
No, I asked you if you want. I was trying to look out for you. I was in the airport. and
4
asked you-
o'clock in the
and
morning?
asked you if you want. I told you my homegirl answered because she wanted the cigarettes. That would have literally saved $70
No
a
Lucy's?
carton. It saved.
No
What?
Lucy's?
No, not sir. That's you with the Lucy's. Oh Jesus Christ!
I am so confused.
So right. So I was in Puerto Rico and I was in the airport and they opened up the duty free shop. So I texted him. It
Ew.
might have been
Said
a little
duty.
early, like 4 a.m., but our flight was supposed to be at 5. So I said, "Do you want me to get you some cigarettes? Because they are literally only $52 a carton when they're $120 a carton here." I was looking out for you,
I am
guy,
trying to quit, so don't.
It's cheaper to vape.
but you weren't. Oh my god!
Go ahead.
But you weren't quitting then.
Oh, if you said weed, I'd be like, "All right."
Yeah. Well, I'm not bringing that on the plane.
It's for the cataracts.
It's for my cataracts. No,
You don't need an excuse anymore, Steve. It's now
I
legal.
don't. I
You
know
can
now
do-
it's legal.
just
I
puff
thought I was
away.
special
Oh my
because I
God.
had my
Just puff
medical
away.
card.
Take edibles. Do
You're
whatever you
very
like.
special.
Huh?
You're very special.
I thought
Just
I
drive
was.
down the street and you got a contact high. Windows open, everybody
So
smoking.
it's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
I know. I felt
Crazy.
special because I could just hold up my card and be like, I'm legal, bitches. No, anyone can get it.
Right. It's pretty ridiculous. But I have the problem with the parents that walk into like the, basketball events at 3:00 in the afternoon and they
Reek.
just a whole
Reek.
weeds. Like, come on.
It could be
Like, it doesn't even
medication.
smell good.
It
What?
could be medicated.
No.
Come
No, it's
on.
ridiculous.
No.
But anyway,
It's
going back to
medicated.
you, Steve. You were wrong. I need you to admit that you were wrong.
Would you guys just apologize?
Why
to
would I
them?
be wrong? I'm never wrong.
Can we just get this over with?
Wait, how am I wrong?
Because you literally, right?
She
tried to-
was blowing up the phone.
I was
She was
pissed.
so angry.
Well, because I think
So
listen, when you
angry.
make it a commitment to come, right? And if you don't know,
Yeah, you guys. you're not real-
you guys what, Steve? You guys what?
well, some of us aren't reliable.
That's not true.
And if I didn't call you, you would have came. to
I
the-
would have been here because I
I,
don't
I
check.
call-
I
I-
wanted you to come.
I called her and stopped her. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't hear back from Jen. That means she's getting in the Jeep and she's on the way.
I was coming.
I-
well,
like,
Julie
I-
wasn't going to make it. So I didn't know. I just wanted to verify.
Her don't name
Yeah,
why.
because you.
That bitch is new. We've been doing this a year and a
She's
half
not
before
that
her.
new. She's been here for a couple years.
She's been here
You
one and a
don't
half
need to chime
years.
in.
Well,
Your
I'm
heart-
sorry, I
your
didn't mean to say bitch, but you know how I say
That's
it with
three of the
endearment.
Americans.
But listen,
what I'm
you're
saying-
always going places like Puerto Rico or wherever.
You don't ever stop the show. When
And
I'm
sometimes
going
you're
in, I give you weeks notice.
Sometimes you're drunk on the side of the road. I
That is-
don't know. I'm just
those are
making
lies.
sure. That's all.
Those
What
are
are you
lies.
drinking today?
I'm not talking to you right now, Steve.
I wish I had known that this was that kind
oh
of
no.
podcast.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
Yes.
All right, Max.
Go ahead,
Let's go.
Max.
We only literally got like 20 minutes left.
There's no apologies coming from across the room,
What do
so I
you-
might as well.
Now
leave it
that you two buried the hatchet and you guys are
I
friends
don't,
again.
I don't think the hatchet was
It's
buried.
not.
No,
It's
no,
just-
okay.
Hatchet
no.
is just square on the table. We're talking about
It's
it.
right
it.
there.
We've
Someone just got to
moved
pick
on.
it up.
Yeah, it's
So yesterday we got the news that Bob Barker passed away at 99, and then I said, rest in peace, legend. And then somebody said, well,
I thought he was already dead.
no, that everyone gets him and Alex Trebek mixed up. That's what they're mixed up with. So
No
I
No
know
one
all
should
those
mix
white
those
people
two
look the
up.
same.
I don't mix them up. I literally thought he died.
No,
so my
that's what
friend
I-
posted, am I the only one who thought Bob Barker was already dead? I thought
But
he
God
was
bless
dead.
him. He made it to 99.
I know. And
You know
only
what
a
I'm
few
saying?
months away from being 100.
Yeah.
My boy couldn't pull it to the 100.
And all the jokes came out. It's like a little over $1.
oh yeah, I know. I'm like, why couldn't you get $1?
$1. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's
Were
all
lo-
you got is
No.
one thing.
No. But everybody remembers, staying home from school and being sick, and that's what you did, right? You watched The Price is Right, or you got stuck watching soap operas.
Soap operas.
with your parents
And
you
saltines and ginger ale. Makes
And
everything
it
better.
was like one TV.
Do you know
and-
Bob Barker? I
I
don't know
work
how
in
old.
senior living.
Well, I didn't. Well,
So they
I
watch
didn't
But
know
you know,
your
like,
age range. What's your?
the-
may I-
There's
may I
actually
ask?
a Price is Right Bob Barker channel. It's like 24/7 of The Prices.
May I ask how old you are?
You can ask. Doesn't mean I'll answer.
Okay, can you give me a range?
Yeah.
30s?
I'm in my 30s.
Okay,
Uh,
lower,
I guessed.
or upper, or mid.
Oh, God.
so it's the Barney generation.
So
Yeah,
The
you're in
Barney-
the Barney generation.
You're from the Barney
the real
generation.
thing with Bob Barker, though, is that true The Price is Right fans call it TPIR, and like they will chant it when
Really?
it's coming on, like TPIR.
Oh,
really?
Oh
I never
yeah.
even knew.
Like in a couple of the places that I've worked, we've had to have that as an activity, and like it's like a chant. Everybody's fired up for it. Like
Well, people get
Bob
into
Barker's
it.
a legend,
That I
but
never
he
hear
is
that,
no
but-
Alex Trebek.
No. I love Jeopardy. Love Jeopardy.
Also, Bray Wyatt, wrestler, passed away.
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
Who the fuck watches wrestling anymore,
This
Max?
guy.
Are you still
thinks
stuck
it's
in?
real?
Oh, but, I'm just.
Do you still watch
He
wrestling?
totally fucking does, bro. You do. Don't lie. I will kick you in the shins.
I
You
do. Not like I used to, but I watch it. I mean, I know.
Oh,
like,
my
you
God.
know,
totally watches that shit.
it's like, not like I used to, but
You're lying, dude.
He's totally lying. You
I
watch
know.
all the time.
I
You
know.
knew you talk about a wrestler died. It's not.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
I know.
Do you?
The only
There's
person.
a 90s WWE account on Twitter,
Yeah.
and they're the funniest memes.
Oh, really? I'm gonna check it out.
Speaking of social media, did you apply for the Facebook
The
lawsuit?
Facebook.
Facebook lawsuit?
Yeah, I did actually. Yes, day before.
So if you round it off, what you get $1.26?
yeah, if that. But then a lot of people are lazy; they won't do it. So that's more money for us.
I guess the 25th was the
So you'll
deadline.
get 20,
I'll get 20 cents rather
28,
than 10
right?
You know, they see like the whole, 725
million. Now, does that include like China and all that? No, they're banned. It's banned. over
They
there, isn't
still claim no wrongdoing, though.
it? No, I'm just wondering. Like, is that just for the U.S. That's 700 something million, or I wonder.
What?
Do your homework, Max.
Right.
What's next?
Well, I think class action suits are really strange anyway, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I got 30 cents from Netflix.
did you?
What?
I was
Well,
pretty proud of
Wait,
myself.
what?
No, but listen, we've been in a we were placed into a class action suit 17 years ago, and it still has not settled. It's for when they did back when they right before the housing market first crashed. They were doing our original mortgage was through Beneficial, right? And they're not even existing. They don't even exist as a mortgage company anymore. They went out of business, but they were going into they were like doing proprietary lending, like they were literally seeking out black and brown people and giving them higher interest rates. And
I've never seen a black person before. Have you?
you know what I mean, Steve. And so brown people, if that makes you feel better. And so we got put into it because luckily we followed the steps, and then we secured our interest rate. But a lot of people didn't. Like my neighbor, he had the same mortgage company as us, and he almost lost his house because he had a variable rate, and originally it started off at like 4 or 5%, which was low back then. And then
Yeah,
it went
it's
up to
very
like
low.
15%.
Oh yeah, that was the average back then.
And he
actually.
couldn't even. He was like, "Oh my god!" And then he was able to get a lawyer, but still, it hasn't settled. And it was for something like $20 billion.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like almost 17, 18 years, and
We're
it's
at
never
like
settled.
2%. That's
You see how high they are now?
Yeah,
They're like 6, 5, 6.
5, 6. Yeah.
And you see those
Yeah, even
commercials for
higher.
all those other lawsuits, like the what's that stuff that's going around?
Like if you
Venereal
were a loved
diseases?
one.
You were a loved one,
Or
exactly.
here's the one
Yeah,
that I
you were-
find quite
that's
interesting.
true too.
If you are getting uterine cancer from talcum powder, ma'am, why are you putting talcum powder in your vagina that's moving up into your fucking uterus?
That's true.
Or
too.
what's
Like,
the-
what are you doing? Putting it in your
wondered-
drawers?
I would. I wondered
What's
the same
the
thing.
what's the other lawsuit? The garden spray. I can't think of the name.
Oh, wait.
What are you doing with it, girl?
Oh,
Sorry.
it's like mesothelioma,
Yes!
right?
Yes, that one. Yes. Or
I didn't hear this
That
one.
yeah,
If
that's
you
another
or a loved
lawsuit.
one has suffered from mesothelioma.
What do you get though?
I don't know.
And they come
They're-
on in the morning because they know all these people are watching.
But who's watching in the morning?
Like
Max.
the elders.
People who can't be at work who have mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma.
There you
Exactly.
go. Straight from a Yale student.
or who have uterine cancer from shoving talcum powder up their vag. Then there's that.
Wow.
But literally, what are you doing?
Although for that, like that was a common practice for in between the legs to prevent chafing. It was sold for that.
That's a good
There
point.
you go.
and
But
then
how
it was
does it get
also
up into
used
your
for baby powder.
How does it get up into your vagina? From your
Maybe there's a lot of
Things
suction
travel.
going on. I don't know. I can never figure out women.
not suction.
Well, I don't know how that
Not
stuff
su-
works down there.
Well, I know that it. I'm hoping
If
that
only there was a magical place where you could type in and get knowledge.
Well,
About
but
the
yeah,
vagina.
but then again, if someone looks at my browser history, that doesn't look good.
well, but I'm just wondering why am I so right? You're putting lotion between your legs, like that's not traveling up into my vag. I mean, maybe it'd be like dust, like
Well,
talcum
you do
dust.
have dust down there, but yeah.
Sir. 3 episiotomies.
That's
I do
two
not
diarrheas.
Sexual
have
chocolate over here.
I do not have dust. I will never have dust. Thank you, doctor. We'll stay anonymous.
She might move to
My-
the villages.
Yeah, that's
Listen.
true. My wife's doctor was called Dr. Cherry.
That's no, but was that his real name?
Yeah.
That was that he
Yours too?
he delivered DJ
In Waterbury.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy,
Listen,
huh?
he was so when I was pregnant with Christopher, he was at Naugatuck Valley OBGYN and he left and started his own practice in Prospect. But then he could no longer deliver babies because he got carpal tunnel. And I was like, ooh.
He jacked up my wife's inside.
It was
she didn't even
Roundup.
sue him.
Roundup. That was it. I was trying to think of the name.
And now I forgot what the freak we were talking about.
Mesothelioma. Wait, so what happened?
I don't know, he jacked up some of the plumbing in there. I don't know how that stuff works.
Well, no, it could be. Listen, she might have needed a C-section, and he didn't ask or request a C-section soon enough,
I
right?
don't know. I'm sure she'll say it in the comments.
Well, listen, I loved him. He was calm. He was just so soothing, and he was really a
You
great
sure
guy.
he was being not.
He's probably
suit.
jerking off behind after. Like, I think that they all do. Right? It's fucking. You're looking at vaginas all day.
Who
Come on.
Who wants to do that?
Listen.
Well,
I have no
actually,
idea.
if I was to do it, I would say, all right, just from this age to this age.
Well, what age range is that? I'm afraid to
Do you
even
think
ask.
that age range would increase as you got older?
Probably
No.
not.
Hell no.
Okay, I'm old, but the vaginas I will only deal with. They need to stay at this age range. I don't even know what you're doing. Like, I don't even know who says, "Hey, I wake up, I'm going to do this," or "I want to be a proctologist." Like, who,
Oh, especially a proctologist.
who does that? Like, who does that? No.
Well,
There's a
actually,
lot of-
one of my best friends that I met at Yale, she's a midwife. And like, if you love delivering babies, like that is a side part of the job. Like everybody has good and not as great parts of their job. And if you love catching babies, which is what they,
Oh, I
they
could
call
see
it,
that, but
right? Like,
a proctologist, I'm never eating over their house.
No, digging in assholes all day.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, dude.
No, thank you.
Here, you want this shrimp? No, thank. I'm good.
and
I
that's
know
like
where
a
your hands
specialty,
is.
right?
It is.
So
Yeah.
you
That's-
have to
you
do
gotta be
extra
special.
school to do that.
I don't even know who's this.
Why are we talking about this? Max, what else you got?
Oh, wait.
Hello, Demery. How you doing?
Oh,
Lori's on.
Lori. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, my wife.
So
chimed
okay.
in.
So, but you know what? I think that happens a lot. But now they do them.
Oh,
like,
hysterectomy. That's what.
what is it? Laparoscopically?
Laparoscopically.
Yeah, that's what they do now, right? I think that's the way they want to do a hysterectomy. Please, when they were like, you need to have, I'm not having that. I'm not doing that. So I just chose a different form of treatment. I was not getting a hysterectomy. Oof. She should have sued. But they probably signed.
She wouldn't though.
But you know what? There's so many clauses that you end up signing, and that is
No, you're
it's a
right.
dangerous surgery. You know, it's very dangerous.
Still,
But still,
I think she told me about something that could have been done, or I don't know. He dropped a wrench in there or something. I don't know.
wait, a wrench in the vag?
Just kidding.
Ooh.
I have no idea.
Not a wrench in the vag.
That sounds unpleasant.
That's really, woo, that's gotta hurt. Jesus. Or how about people that have surgery that they leave like an instrument in there?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Or they like sew up like gauze and stuff.
Oh
What?
yeah, I've seen that. Vice grips and shit.
Oh, I don't even. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You see my power drill? Hey Max, what else?
Not the power drill.
Max, what else you got?
So you mentioned you're like from Los Angeles, and you moved.
You just
Oh,
Google this right now.
Oh, here
Max.
we go.
Yes,
Can I get to
He's
the
gonna
question?
give her a history of her own place. Go ahead.
No. So we've done this before on the show, like the
Oh,
best cities and all that stuff. Now here are a list of the dirtiest cities in the U.S. Are you ready? Can you guess what number one is?
Probably
Connecticut.
Vegas.
Yeah, probably.
Vegas isn't on there?
No.
Really?
Baltimore's number one, followed by Sacramento's number two.
Really?
Charlotte's number three. Los Angeles is number four.
Oh.
Memphis is number five. Boston number six. San Antonio number seven. Kansas City number 8. Buffalo 9, and Dallas comes in at 10.
What's the source for this?
Oh,
Some
He doesn't.
random-
The
Oh.
first thing that comes up on his Google search.
This would be. Hold on.
I do love a survey, right? Because then they put and if you've ever had to take a research class, right, or do research, you know the actual information is this small at the bottom. Oh, we randomly took a pool of 100 vagrants,
Exactly.
like, right? Literally. So
Exactly.
you can take data and you can skew it any way you want. It's
Oh,
pretty
absolutely.
fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
I love
Yes.
statistics.
Oh, you do? You're
Yes.
one of those? Yeah.
I mean, that's what public health is.
See, she made me feel stupid.
No,
See,
you,
see the
no, I
little
don't think,
attitude
I
in
don't
her
think the
voice?
average person would know
Yeah.
that, right?
And
No,
all
but
it
it
says is this story was reported from Washington, D.C.
exactly.
Oh, boy.
All of
So we
100
don't even have a source.
We don't. So meaning it's made up.
Hey, Max,
It's a bunch of
when you
opinions.
count with your fingers. No, I'm just saying. What the number 3? How do you hold it up?
What? Where's this coming from?
Just count with your fingers. Oh, that's okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Well,
I thought he was one of these. That's a bad thing. That's not a good thing.
Oh, got it.
That would
I-
not
what
be
did I, did I-
okay.
did I did the,
This one.
isn't that like
yeah.
a gang sign?
No, it means white power.
Oh, yes.
WP. That's why I was going to kick him off the podcast.
Isn't it more like that, Steve?
Whatever. Take it however
Well,
you
this
want.
would be like a D.
These nuts? No.
The white
You're-
dicks?
you're-
Because the P is downward, sir. Right? That's a P?
yeah, but your arm could be the P too.
Oh, but I don't think that's what I don't.
Okay.
That's literally what I thought. Like, I made the okay joke because, like,
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
can we?
That's why they do that.
But
Can
it
you
is
Google
not
that
okay.
to see if the P is supposed to be your arm?
Go ahead.
I feel like you probably don't want that in your search history.
No, I don't.
Oh.
No,
That would be funny though, and I'd call the cops too.
no.
I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know.
I would in a second. I want to see Max locked up just once.
No. I don't want to. No.
Don't drop the soap, Maxie.
No.
You might like
It'd be
it.
like that Boondocks episode, you know, where
I never watched that.
You
show.
don't watch Boondocks. That's how he gets his culture, watching the Boondocks.
Oh.
Oh, my culture now.
Yeah.
Yes.
What culture?
Oh, our culture.
Oh, I was gonna say his culture. He's white.
European, I don't claim
Oh,
to
European.
be white.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's European. Speedo over here. Yeah.
Speaking
Oh.
of European, so this couple that was supposed to get married in Italy,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, go ahead.
the dog ate the passport.
Yeah, you heard about that, right?
I did not, but there are worse places in the world to get stuck than Italy.
No, they didn't
They
get
couldn't
to
even
go.
get there.
They couldn't
Oh.
go. They couldn't.
They
get
were
there.
on their way there.
Yeah.
Got to get stuck there, not here.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
know.
crazy. What was it, like 2 days before they were supposed to leave?
Something
The
like
dog hammered up.
So
the
has your
passport.
dog eaten anything of yours yet?
My food eats me out of house and home. That's about
Really?
it.
Does it stand in front? Does he sit in front of you while you're eating and just give you the eyes?
No, he gets his own food.
You give him table scraps, don't you?
Not scraps. No, he gets his own food cooked.
Yes.
What?
What?
Who cooks his food? You don't take it out of a can or a bag?
Hell no. My dog is not eating that stuff.
I'm done.
That's my baby.
Felicia and Fabricio, they get that
Here,
blue
I'm
right
gonna
out of the. Who? Wait, what?
I'm gonna
So someone is cooking his meals every day.
Basically, yeah.
Like
How
what
is your
kind?
cat
Like
doing?
how do you cook dog food?
It's not dog
Chicken,
food.
rice,
It's human.
veggies.
Yeah, see? She knows.
Are
She
you a
knows
cat
food.
person or a dog person?
I have 2 kitties,
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a cat. It was,
I have one too.
but one of my cats thinks he's a dog.
yeah.
Like he's
Oh.
been on a weight loss journey and he's in much better shape.
He's in-
Indoor, outdoor.
They're both indoor and they're incredibly spoiled. One of
Right.
them got up to 29 pounds.
Oh my God,
That's a
But
you have a
he's-
fat
picture?
kitty.
I do.
Fabricio, my
Do I have a
Fabricio.
picture? I have like 40
That's
pictures.
right.
Like
My cat weighs like
immediately.
22 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Fat
Jack
ass
got down
cat.
to like
What-
22.
Fluffy.
What breed?
I like
They're both
Mr.
rescues.
Vivo. You can't
Yeah.
beat him. Mr. Vivo, you know who he is.
Oh, isn't he that main
that
coon?
is. You ever
Oh,
see that cat, Mr.
He's
Vivo?
just so
that
amazing.
yes.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
everybody
is my
knows
dog.
Mr. Vivo.
Aww.
That's
Looks
my
like
big baby.
a cross between Beethoven and
cutie.
Cujo.
Well, if you go and hang out at the Bristol, what is it? Where's
The Bazaar.
The Bristol Bazaar. Apparently, him and Steve are frequenting there,
There, yes.
I went there 3 times.
but like in a roast.
And they
it's
like
kind
the
of weird.
snacks. And yes, he goes there for the snacks.
This is the 2 of them.
Oh,
The big one's
She's a
Gentleman
big
Jack.
cat person.
And then
huge
the
cat
little
person.
one is Redemption Rye.
What is it?
oh.
What's their names again?
Gentleman Jack and Redemption
Not
Rye.
Gentleman
But they go
Jack.
by Jack and Rye.
Is it normal for them to be up and all
Let me see.
perky at 5 a.m., like running around and jumping on your?
Well, usually
Oh,
they
they
sleep.
get that.
Well,
What do they
my
call
my
the
husband's up that
zippies, or what do
early,
they call
so
them?
he's like they
What do
get
they
up
call
with
those?
him,
The
then they come back
zippies?
and snuggle.
Is that what they're called?
Zoomies.
Zoomies. That's it.
Zippies?
Do you have a cat?
I have 2,
Yeah.
Felicia and
She's got-
Fabricio.
Yeah.
I love those names.
Christopher
cute.
named Fabricio and Cameron named Felicia, so he could say bye, Felicia.
Bye,
And she's
Felicia.
she's just so you
It's funny
rescue her
'cause-
right, and she's just mean. She's just still afraid. We like, bitch, you've lived here for 3 years. I brought you a very fabulous pink bed. Like you have living the life. Nope.
Is there a female name for cats? You know, like dogs, female dogs are bitches. No?
no,
They're
we
just-
never
My
disrespect.
husband calls Rye Angel Baby Rye Kitty.
Oh,
That's a long
and
name.
probably in a very nice voice too.
But so when we got her, she was a rescue, and I got her straight from the agency that picked her up.
Yep.
And so when I got her, she was totally emaciated, had been abused.
Oh,
Like I got her immediately post surgery.
That's our cat.
let me see.
And so she was terrified of men. And during like when we moved in with
That's
Christian,
Torellini.
Yeah.
just like he slowly, lovingly wore her down until they were best friends because she was so scared of men.
My cat,
Wow.
she's just
Mine was the other way around. My cat wore me down because I'm not a cat.
This one's very clingy. He'll go and like rub against your leg all the time.
What's
and
his name?
That's she, Torellini.
What is it?
Tortellini?
Torellini.
Tortellini? Like
Yeah.
as in pasta?
Yeah, that's what she named her. So we call her Nini for short. Nini. Come here,
That's
Nini.
very
You
cute.
Italians, I tell you, man.
But when
Want to
she's
start
by
something?
Oh, you're Italian?
Oh
yeah.
See what I mean?
What's my last name?
Do you see the memory care is getting closer and closer?
Yes,
Closer
yes.
and literally it's right here.
I'm
When
sorry.
he was there doing our wonderful photos and videos, I kept making jokes about locking him in there.
Yes. Just put him in a wheelchair, Wilman. You know, so.
Steve. Bless your heart.
You guys need to fucking stop, seriously.
Ooh,
I
nothing
got
to merit.
there's feelings in here, you know.
Are there?
Yes,
Where?
right here.
Do you have to tickle the soft spot so the
Yeah, you have
feelings
to
come
find
out?
it. It's here.
Did you
Here.
start the? Did you guys start school yet or no?
Where is this guy, bro? Didn't I just say that we have 3 days of PD and then Thursday the kids come when I first walked in? Right?
Oh, so
God.
they know
See
you're
what
fabulous, right? You
No
walk
one
in there and they're like, "Here's Jen."
No, they don't. I told you my coworker, like I'm not really. There's a few that I like.
You buy them coffee. You're like, "Who wants coffee?" And
no.
you don't text them and say,
Absolutely. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not stopping.
Thank God you don't
I'm
drink coffee.
And I'm so time challenged that I definitely pull in there on 2 wheels every day. And luckily my duty's right out front. So literally
Ew.
I would have to be there at 8, so 7:58, 7:57, maybe 8:01.
Max, what else you got? We got 4 minutes left.
"What?" She was just telling
You got
me
any dad jokes?
No,
Can you give
No.
us one?
no, I don't.
Do you have any dad jokes?
She probably has a
Go
plethora.
ahead, bust them out. I want to hear just at least one.
Why did the girl eat her homework?
Why?
Because her teacher told her it was a piece of cake.
Oh my God, that's a good one. That's better than his.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mostly have blonde jokes, which I
Oh,
really shouldn't
let-
tell.
And those are
Go
that's off
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
dome.
Yes, go
You
ahead.
could, yeah, give us 2 more.
All right, so blonde, brunette, and a redhead all go in for a job interview. And brunette goes in first, goes through all the typical job questions, and at the end, interviewer says, okay, last question. How many D's are there in Indiana Jones? Just one. And then redhead goes in, same thing. They go through the whole interview. One last question. How many D's are there in Indiana Jones? One. Thank you. We'll be in touch. Blonde goes in for the interview, sits through the whole thing, and he says, last question. How many D's are there in Indiana Jones? She sits back, just counting,
What the-
taking notes. Finally, she goes, 32. And he said, how did you get to that? She goes, dun, 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 dun,
I was
Dun,
not
dun, dun.
expecting that one.
dun, dun, dun,
You
dun.
get a clap on that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't see that
awesome.
coming.
That's crazy.
Oh, you
All right,
wish
give us
your
one more
jokes would be
blonde
that
joke.
good,
I like
Max.
that. That was funny.
So,
It could be dirty. It doesn't matter on this show. So
He's gonna edit it out anyway.
well, if there's a dirty joke, it's got to be on a second appearance, not the first one.
okay, no, you can come back anytime.
So blonde is in a hailstorm and her car is totally dented up. So she takes it to the mechanic and he says, oh, I don't need to fix this for you. You just go home and you get on your hands and knees, you blow into the tailpipe and they'll pop right out. So she goes home.
No.
It's not working. And her roommate gets home, looks at her, and is like, what are you doing? And so she goes through, she explains it, and her blonde roommate looks at her and says, "Ugh, you have to roll the windows up.
Oh my God, I love that. That's
a good
funny.
one.
Is that it for you, Max?
Yes,
all
that's
you
it
got.
for me. That's it for me.
All right, guys, that's it for our
He's got
Sunday
nothing.
here at the Steve to the Max show. Thank you for tuning in this week. We will be here next week at the same time if
Sure.
Jen wants to show up.
Oh, really?
I think Julie will be back.
Oh, so hey, we can
and
show
you're
them.
welcome back at any time. So let's hear it for her.
Clap, sorry.
Yes.
I
We
had
need
so
a
much
clap
fun
sign
hanging
in
out with
here.
you all. Thank
You
you.
know what we need in here is an on-air sign too,
Yeah.
Ooh, or like a clap track.
I do
or a
got
laugh
one.
track.
I do got a clap track in here.